Hey y'all, welcome back to InDFlix. It's episode 3 time called Trust My Spleen, and it delivers everything: emotional confrontations, blind date confusion, and another proposal through the pods. Buckle up as we break down all the drama. Episode 3 takes us through more pod dates, including new dynamics and deeper clarity. Kal and Sarover finally meet face to face after his proposal. It's emotional, beautiful, and definitely rooted in culture. What do you guys think of the first initial reaction when they seen each other? I couldn't get a read. Now, I do think she sees him. He is a very attractive man. I couldn't really get a full read from him though. I don't know. We're gonna have to see, once they, go on their getaway and move in, how it really plays out. But from the first initial reaction, it does look like they're into each other. They kept staring at each other. It wasn't kind of that awkward meeting that we've seen on previous episodes or seasons. So I think right now I have hopes for them. Again, I don't. The cards aren't all out on the table with these two, so a lot more to see. In this episode, we also get to pick up from Kieran and Sophie's conversation or whatever happened after Sophie felt like she reached her limit and being disrespected by Kieran's action and his gestures towards Megan with the charm he gave her. And she confronts him about it. She, says like, listen, you knew I was gonna see that. You could have kept it a real that was more of a connection because I don't want to be someone's second choice. And I get it. Like either, be about me or don't. So he didn't really push back on it. He was being real like, look, I'm open. This is a social experiment. But she really wasn't trying to hear all that. And Sophie made the executive decision to bounce. She dipped. And, at least, moving forward, she did say that she's not going to be scared to give her heart to someone now. And she took this as a lesson learned. I honestly think, and y'all let me know if y'all agree with me. Now, Megan is a beautiful girl. Sophie is a beautiful girl. It's something about Kieran that gives I want my cake. What's the saying? Can't have your cake and eat it too. I feel like that's going to happen. I feel like he's going to run into Sophie, whether it be social media or out when they all get together, and he's going to do a double take. But he could prove me wrong because, again, Megan is very attractive as well, and she matches his energy. So I don't know. We're going to have to see. This is a situation where I'm looking forward to see, them reunite actually in person and see how he acts with Sophie in front of his face. But, she knew that was her only connection. She made the right choice of just leaving because I feel like at the end of the day, Kieran was going to choose Megan anyways. Megan also confronts Kieran, just wanted to figure out why Sophie left. Maybe it was something he was telling her to think that there was, a chance. He didn't very much answer it. Because I really don't think he was like playing the field with both of them. But, he just reassured her, like, you are who I want. I mean, obviously you don't have nobody else, but yeah, this is it for me. And, obviously Megan's all giddy with that. They're excelling in their relationship. They're going to remain strong. And Kieran finally proposes to Megan as well. And she accepts. And they're next to finally meet. So we have another couple down for engagement. Kieran and Megan. Barta and Jed's dates were also shown this episode. And again, they're another pairing where you could just tell the connection is growing and growing. Barta gave more of her background and how she was brought up and what she had to do for her family. Barta also put together a very cute date. very cute and emotional and very thoughtful as well. She had Lebanese food because Jed is Lebanese. And she also created her own word puzzle. And within the word puzzle, she, had hidden words within it. So he had to look for it. There was no key. But it had words like their names, a ring, and then also she's falling in love. And Jed echoed that as well. So this is another pairing. I feel like their journey is about to big start together. I can see probably in the next episode Jed proposing to her next. And I'm not mad at it. They're very, very cute. I have strong faith for these two. Now my girl Katisha, as beautiful as she is, stuck in between two men. So Demola, we know how he is. He's been expressing his feelings numerous times to her. He sent her flowers. Um, and he's letting her know, yo, like, you're it for me. And he's looking for reciprocation, which I can completely understand. And I think because she's lacking that reassurance from Javen, this is what's pushing her closer to Demola. And she gives him validation, like, hey, I think I made my choice. And you basically, without saying verbatim, you're it, in that roundabout way. And of course, what does that do for Demola? He gets excited. He's like, yes, I got the girl. Because he has been honest with his feelings. He's been true. He's been reassuring. There was no guessing that she had to do from him. And I think that's anybody's dream or want for a potential partner. Is like, I don't want to have to question or wonder what you feel about me, how you feel about me. Do you see this going anywhere? Demola is very verbal with how he feels. And I think he should be top one, if not the only one. So Katisha then meets with Javen, and we're under the impression that this is for her to end things off because he hasn't really been giving her much, like I said, of any reassurance or any verbal acknowledgement of how he truly feels about her. But she enters in their date. He has a bouquet of flowers as well awaiting her. He uses he's trying to lock something in. And I don't know, y'all. At the beginning, I did feel like both men were like kind of on equal playing fields. But now, I don't know. Part of me is feeling like this is maybe a little game for Javen. Because I think he knows by Demola's reaction from coming in from his last date, there's something there. Katisha even tried to tell him, hey, I think I'm pulling back from this, and she wants to focus on her other connection. And she said to him, hey, look, you can leave. You don't have to sit here with me. He's like, no, I'm going to finish my drink. You already broke my heart. And then she also decided to stay. And then he kind of just goes through his notebook and now trying to give her, I guess, more reassurance. And I'm like, boy, it is too late. Like, before it seemed like she made her decision. But because he did that, after he pulled out this romantic notebook of gesture, he pulls her back in. And she admits that she came into the date thinking she was going to end things with him. And now she's confused on that decision. Katisha. It shouldn't take you wanting to end things for him to now step up. It shouldn't take all that. I don't know, y'all. I feel like women, we always do this. Like, this is the good guy. When I mean good guy, I'm talking about Demola. Stick with that. Like, stick with your initial gut. If she winds up choosing Javen after all of this, it's going to be a hot one, y'all. It's going to be a hot one. I just see it already. He made a comment back after their date talking about she's going to have to propose to me after all this. Excuse me? No. Just, Katisha, please, do not do it. Don't be dumb, baby. Listen to your heart and your gut. Demola is the answer. What do y'all think about this triangle between Katisha, Javen, and Demola? I'm Team Demola. For me, personally, that's where I'm standing. Another pairing that caught us in a whirlwind this episode was Patrick and Aanu. Patrick put together a cute little spa date with spa items and sushi, and they have some conversations. He's asking her about her singing because she is a singer, and he's asking her, can you sing for me? Can you sing for me? She's kind of putting it off. She doesn't really want to do it. You know, she says she feels awkward, and I think she just wants to do it when it's the right timing. And she also is expressing, like, you know, she's humble about her singing. Like, you know, I guess she's performed with other celebrities, and, you know, she tries to, you know, kind of just keep that to herself. And he says he actually doesn't like that trait. I guess someone being humble, he feels like, you know, with his spirituality, there is a right to have some selfishness. They talk about family, like, you know, he asked her how would she feel if her family didn't approve of him, and, you know, obviously she's, you know, family oriented, so their opinions do matter, and he's the opposite. He said he doesn't really care if they say they're against it or not. Like, he's his own person. He's dating for himself. And you could just tell as they're having this conversation, she's slowly disconnecting. And he notices it as well. And he admits his spleen, because he doesn't go by his gut feeling, he goes by his spleen feeling, is gone quiet. And he feels like their connection definitely has hit a roadblock. And I think Aanu took that into account. So what did she do? She actually prepared a song to sing to him on their next date. And she written it, she practiced it, and they finally meet. And she's excited. She's excited to share this. She tells him, like, it's been a while since she's written, like, you know, had songwriter. Like, I guess she had a block. And he kind of gave her the momentum or the inspiration to write a song. And she was ready to perform it for him. And what does Patrick do, y'all? Patrick is like, nah. I think you should save that for someone who's worth you singing it to. And that's kind of where the episode cuts off. And I'm just like, what? Now I get it. Yes, one day she was off. But what? That's natural. Like, your person, or when you're in a relationship, you're not always going to have great days. It's how you work through those bad days. And I feel like that was very telling of him, to be completely shut off or shut down, you know, from their last date. Because he asked her, he's like, well, when I asked you to sing, you didn't want to sing. Why was that? And she said, you know, I want to do it from my heart. And he said, I could tell. But I think he went into it already like, just, I'm off this, because how he left it from the last date, he was off it. He was like, the connection's gone. And I feel like that's just crazy to me. Like, how is that a switch? Like, there was hesitancy. Yes, of course. But try to understand why there was hesitancy before just making amends. Like, I don't know. It's whatever. Honestly, I feel like she deserves better anyways, in my personal opinion, because Patrick, he was like giving a little, I don't know about his intentions here. I really don't. I'm questioning his intentions on this show. So maybe this is a lookout for her. We'll see on the next episode, because it just cut off. We don't know what her reaction is to him after he says that. So we'll see. What do y'all feel? How do y'all feel about Patrick just cutting her off and now maybe closing the door on her? Episode 3 is a turning point. Kal and Sarover's real life reveal is stunning. Jed and Barta's bond grows deeper. Aanu and Patrick hit turbulence. Katisha's triangle heats up. Sophie exits with grace. And Megan and Kieran finally take their commitment to the next level. If episode 2 was ignition, this is full throttle emotional chaos that only Love is Blind delivers best. Thanks for tuning in to this episode 3 recap. Who are you rooting for now? Kal and Sarover, or are you still team Kieran and Megan? Or are you all about Katisha's dilemma with Javen versus Demola? Drop your thoughts below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you don't miss any more pod drama here on InDFlix. I'll see you next time.